What's up, you guys? It's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are watching the first episode ever of Monk. Why are we watching Monk? Because I binged this throughout quarantine, and once I hit the series finale, I went right back to one. Cue the Brian McKnight song. There are no reaction videos to Monk, and I believe Tony Shalhoub killed it in that role. He's playing a rather tragic character, but he's making it really funny at times, and I think there's something interesting there. Let's watch it.
No, I mean my stove. I think I left it on.
It's okay. I checked it as we were leaving.
Are you sure? Did you turn the knob?
I love Sharona.
The little knob.
I am still super bummed that she never did the rest of the series. I know a lot of people like Natalie, and Natalie's good in her own ways, but Sharona's just got some different kind of spunk to her.
This is one. They consider their bodies to be a holy chalice.
There he goes, noticing things that no other cop in there even took a second look at.
Like not just feel it, hear it.
All it takes is that Sharona look.
Anyway, he checked something on her computer.
I love this because this is something that would happen throughout the entire series, that he would notice these things that he could tell were out of place, but he just didn't know why. He didn't know the reason until the very end when he solves the case. I think that's a good introduction of setting up the stakes that there are for the characters, you know, their positions in this world of crime solving, and you know what's at stake. You have to, she's basically like, you need to get your act together or else we're out of a job. I love the smirks. I have a love for this little jingle, but nothing beats "It's a Jungle Out There" because it's so perfectly masters what Monk must be thinking at all times. Those words by Randy Newton are amazing, and I kind of wish that "It's a Jungle Out There" was actually in the pilot because it's such a perfect song for the character of Monk. There's the first picture of Trudy that we see. I think Trudy was played by what, like 2 or 3 different actresses? I kind of wish they just kept one actress, just because like the character of Monk is so specific. Like he's just does not change. He's not comfortable with change. He hates it. So it always makes sense to me that things just wouldn't change. That's why I don't love the changes like Sharona changing or his therapist changing, but you know, things happen in production. You just can't let things go. No, something about to pop off. Don't they have like the Secret Service people searching up the buildings around to make sure everything is secure? Oh my goodness, look, it's Buffalo Bill. It blows my mind this man is also Buffalo Bill. For those of you who don't know, that is the killer in the movie Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, that's my dude. Honestly, Monk is me. I am like the most anxious driver. Just a little bit arrogant. I love Sharona in the back. She's just like smirking. She just knows like her boss is on it. Oh god. There we go. And that's something that stuck out throughout the entire series as well, as the whole hands thing.
I love this part.
I love it. Captain is such a hater. This man is taking floss and putting it on a paperclip to get the keys. If that doesn't say devotion to your dead wife, I don't know what does. I think that's a real phobia. Fear of milk has some sort of sciencey name. There goes the Sharona smirk. I love how she is, you know, proud of Monk, and she loves him. She really loves him. He drives her crazy, and I'm certain that she feels like she even hates him sometimes. But, you know, Sharona stood by him for so long, so many years, because, you know, he's not only paying her, but she has a love for Monk as well. In every scene, Monk is wearing brown, and I don't think that ever changes in all 8 seasons of this show. He just sticks to one palette. Honestly, that is really gross. If you're grossed out by kids as well, let me know. Whoa, is that the Nokia phone? When did Monk premiere? Is that 2001? 2002?
I'll be right there.
Jeez, it's not even a razor yet. That's Vancouver. That's where they shot the pilot. And then I think they shot the rest of the series in Los Angeles.
You're not the only detective here, Monk. I checked for skid marks.
The captain gets so frustrated because he knows Monk is more brilliant than he is.
I thought you were joking.
You thought I was joking? What, you don't think I could possibly have a date?
No, I didn't mean that.
He thought he was joking. There is something to be said about Monk's sort of self-centeredness. Like, he just thinks that Sharona lives to just be his assistant. And I think throughout the series you see moments where, you know, he's just lacking in empathy, he's lacking in consideration, he's just the center of his world. That and his dead wife, Trudy.
Smile.
Oh, so cheesy.
For libel, not slander.
Monk's got no social graces. Don't you know you're supposed to let lies on the first date go?
No. It's too late.
I like the history that they establish between the two. Obviously, Sharona has gotten frustrated before, and she's probably quit multiple times before, and then somehow she always comes back, just like he said.
And I think I have to find
It's a hate-love relationship. Well, mostly love. She wouldn't stick around if she didn't love him. And now this is the scene where we're discovering why Monk does all that he does, and it's because of the fact that his wife was murdered in this horrendous car bomb that he thinks was related to him. He thinks it's his fault, and it's the one case that he can't solve, so he keeps at it. Monk was right again.
Monk was right. One more delicacy. It's a further trick.
See, in the pilot, Randy is a lot less of a doofus, because throughout the series, I'm sorry, you have to wonder, how does Randy still have a job as a cop? The things that he says don't really make any sense.
Don't worry, O'Shea.
He's not even good at kissing up. From my understanding, Tony Shalhoub learned to play the clarinet just for this scene. Dedicated actor. Oh, you know, I'm just here touching meters on my pastime. It's a hobby. He's still counting while he's running for his life. Only Adrian freaking Monk. He's still counting, still running.
One day, I did. This would have been last year.
He's removing the necktie because he's getting nervous. I like that little detail.
And then
He's getting fidgety. He's like getting closer.
Unless I'm wrong, which, you know, I'm not.
I love that line. That's something he did throughout the entire series as well.
Come on.
Talk about projecting your own life and your own self into art. Alright, so he's braving his fears right now. He's about to climb up a ladder and he's afraid of heights. Adrian has his moments. He's afraid of everything, but he still goes out there in the world because the people need him. They need his skills. This criminal just said, "Excuse me." Just climbing down the freaking ladder. Monk tried. He tried.
This is where his life was.
It's interesting. I feel like whenever he's feeling the most stress or out of place, he always goes back to investigating the murder of his wife. That's sort of like his anchor and how he can kind of
Hey, Monk.
go back to center and see things clearly somehow. Going back to a tragedy like that.
Benji.
Is he okay?
He's okay.
The moment where he figures it out.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Can you imagine just like random things that happen or things that you hear just like set off this light bulb and everything all of a sudden is super clear to you? He's the man! I love that this show always showed you what happened. Unlike shows like another show that I love, SBU, in those shows you never really got to see a flashback of exactly what happened. But I'm glad the creators of Monk decided to go the route of, no, let's show the audience exactly how the killer did it.
Do it again!
And you called yourself my force. Promised land.
I love how Monk turned into such a G by the end when he would capture the murderers at the end. Just look at them in the eye, telling them how they did it.
Okay, Sharona, cut it out.
You done got murdered too?
It's over.
He's stashing his gun.
Sharona is brave too. You see, he's brave again. It's things that he's terrified of, but he cares about Sharona enough to go down to the sewer and try to rescue her. Oh God. His face is priceless. I wonder what it's like shooting this. I wonder if the water is actually cold or if it's warm. Did it actually smell in there? If you want your acting to be on point, you probably want it to be probably as gross as possible. He reached in there, so I think it's interesting, you know, like the pilot sets up all of his phobias and his anxieties, but it shows you that, you know, when push comes to shove, he will do what he needs to do to save the people that he cares about and do the right thing.
And the city of San Francisco.
Yay, Monk is getting the credit.
Reinstatement.
So setting up the goal in the pilot, because Monk's goal in the beginning is to get his badge back, to be reinstated. They fit so much into the pilot, and I think it sets up the rest of the show really well. Props to this pilot.
Come on. I'll make you some dinner.
Sharona's so damn supportive. Love her. This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I just watched the pilot of Monk for like the billionth time because I freaking love the show. You guys, let me know what shows you binged during quarantine. Are you, well, if you're watching this video, you are a fan of Monk. I also have some other favorite episodes of Monk that I have rewatched. I would love to rewatch them with you guys. If you guys can let me know if you like this video, comment, like, subscribe first of all, and share this video with your Monk loving friends, because I really didn't see much Monk reaction videos. That's why I wanted to make one, because I'm a fan, and I created this because I wanted to connect with other Monk fans. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.